Okay, Megovanen everyone, and welcome to my review for Agatha All Along. Um so there's only two episodes that were available. It came out both in one day, Wednesday, yesterday, and then now it's going to come out weekly. Um, I think I looked it up to see how many episodes. I was kind of worried that there was only going to be a mere six, but it's much better that it's nine. I think if I looked at it correctly, it's nine episodes, so that is good. Um, First, I want to preface that uh, I really loved WandaVision. I thought that was a great, introduction to this whole new series thing for Disney Plus. But at some point, it started to, there's certain ones, I won't get into them, but where they weren't as good as WandaVision. Um, Also, I will say that I also like, oh, by the way, it is September 19, 2024, but I want to say that I also really liked Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I did like that. What I did not like, though, was what happened to Wanda's character. You know, um, I really wish they hadn't done that. Especially, you see how cold and cruel she has become, but then I guess it also shows how powerful the Darkhold can be and what it can do to you and how it can corrupt you. Because you go from someone, Wanda Maximoff, who is very regretful, or has a lot of regret for what happened in Civil War when she accidentally killed all those people in the top building in Wakanda. Was it Wakanda? Um, to save Captain America, right? And she was filled with regret for doing that. Very sad by her actions, and then becoming what she became. And that, for me, it was it kind of was hard for me to watch something like that, because I really liked Wanda, and hopefully she will come back. I read that maybe she might come back as a Wanda. Maybe she could play the variant, the one at the end of Multiverse of Madness. Also, I really like, I cannot remember now her name, but I think it was Xochitl Gomez. She played America Chavez, right? Um, I love her character, and I hope she comes back as well. And also, I loved her in Dancing with the Stars, and I'm so glad she won. Okay. Um, Really, I mean, I'm shocked that she was even on there, because it was only like a year after Multiverse of Madness, and typically the stars that go on there are quote unquote has been, right? They're like kind of either washed up or just like no longer in the spotlight, that kind of thing. I don't mean these in bad ways, but it's just the truth of what it is, right? So, for her to be on there. I was kind of surprised, but I'm glad she won. She has skill. But what was it? Okay, with Agatha All Along, and I think it's supposed to be a three-part. And what do you call that? Not a trilogy, but there's a three-part series plan, and it started with WandaVision, and then now Agatha All Along, and there's going to be a Vision one. I think a Vision series. I know everyone has been ripping on Agatha All Along and stuff, and I am not making this up. You look it up. There's a many number of reviews with the titles, not only in the title but also in the thumbnails. The gayest show, the gayest. Okay, yeah, it is. It has so far from what I've seen. I will say that there is a gay character in there that I feel like he's not really necessary. They didn't have to put him in there. It really feels like they have him there just to have a gay character in there. If he was not in there as like a sidekick or whatever he is to Agatha Harkness, it would still be the same. It would still be just as good, and actually, to be quite honest, I think it would be better. Because I guess that's what editors are for, right? When if a script is too long, or a book is too long, or an article, and you leave too much in, it can actually diminish the quality of something, you know. So as you edit it, you cut out what is not necessary. So in a way, then I think actually it might be better, would have been beneficial, not to have the gay guy in there. Again, not because he is gay, but he is just unnecessary. I only saw two episodes. Two episodes is all they have, but for now. But somehow people are able to see four. I don't, you know. I mean, they're probably professional reviewers, is why. So they have access to you know, see two more episodes early to give you know, a more thorough review, right? So I think there's more gay stuff ahead. They say. I'll say right off, it starts off. She doesn't really, you know. Catherine Hahn, who is Agatha Harkness. By the way, just for the record, Agatha Harkness in the comic books, she's supposed to be an old bag, right? This old woman. That's why I asked my brother. I said, yeah, you know, Agatha Harkness, she's not lesbian, is she? He goes, Agatha Harkness is an old bag. And that's right, because I do remember seeing in my Marvel universe, she's old. But at first I thought she was going to make her lesbian with, or maybe she still will be that, but with Audrey Plaza's character, right? Nothing wrong with that, but it's again, you know, I think when she was originally made, they didn't make her to be that, but it's fine. So I really think they were making her lesbian. They were insinuating that Agatha Harkness and Audrey Plaza were lesbians with each other, and then you add another gay guy in there. I think that is why the title is, you know, the gayest show, the gayest of you know, Marvel show, the gayest, and all of that. But you know, I'm not gonna, you know, there's plenty of videos and reviews that you can watch that will talk about that. But for me, it is just I feel as if putting too much things like that is not necessary. That is all. You know, that is all. There's no need for that, is what I'm saying. Okay, so the first one, at first I thought, the first episode, I thought it was going to be more like an X-Files kind of thing. It started to kind of remind me of that, like she was a Scully kind of character, but without the Mulder. But not really. It was just more like a detective kind of episode. And then she started to get some of her memory back. And she starts flipping out and going through the different kind of persona that she had in WandaVision, even becoming black and white at one point. This was in the coroners. Is it called the coroner, or was it the morgue? Is it called the morgue or the coroner? The place where they keep the dead bodies, and the person there, I don't know what you call them, but the one who does the autopsy, that person, that place, the coroner, they called coroner, the coroner there, that place is where she was starting to remember and morph. But so that was it. Then the second episode was like she decides she wants to go on something called The Road, which is a magical journey, sort of like a dark, twisted yellow brick road in the Wizard of Oz. So she has to gather a bunch of witches with her, and I think she managed to gather like 3 of them, some older women, a black woman, and then was she black or not black? I know she's black, but the other one, the old woman, was she Hispanic actually? She might have been Hispanic, because I think the one considered to be the old woman would be, I don't know her name, but she was also in WandaVision. That's why they used her. I think all of them were. Now I cannot remember her name, but shit, and it is not clear, but they said her name. The one that is kind of old but might even be Hispanic. She was the one that I think she wanted her. Agatha wanted her because she could divine the future, you know, and. From that 70s show was the other woman. They got her, involved too, because I guess apparently she is a witch. And then that episode there was kind of like a musical at the end, which, to be quite honest, was a pretty good song. They harmonized very, very, very well. I enjoyed that. They're singing, which is like a chant to open up the gateway to the road, and then at the end of that they go down the road because there's like the enemy force, whatever they are, like demons or something, were coming after them, and they escaped just in the nick of time, right? And that is as far as I got. That's all there is so far. So far, like I said, at I'll say this, at absolute best, but even at absolute worst, I would say it's okay. You know, it's in the realm of okay, in the realm of 6, between 6 and I'll say 6 point. I'll even push 6.75, right? So far, you know, I would say at least maybe, let's say 6.25 to a 6.5. What I would give those first 2 episodes so far. So maybe in the future when I'm done watching all of these, or maybe I can review them episode by episode, I will do another review or just do the episode by episode thing, and for the final episode then just give my final thoughts and the overall score, or maybe I'll just wait and just give the final score of all of them, what I think. But so far, like I said, it's not, sure, it is the gayest thing. I didn't really watch those ones that all of it completely, the ones calling it the gayest and it's super gay and all that. I just started to watch it, and it was like the main topic that they're talking about. Although I can understand what they're getting at, you know, I really think you could say it in a much more better way, or unless they're just really they're really trying to hate on them. You know, there's no need for that. It's more of like it's not necessary. If something is not necessary, no matter what it is, you know, whether something is diverse or not, you know, whether they're changing a character, male or female, you know, if something is not necessary, then don't try to force it into this story, because it can ruin it in some way. That is all. So I'll say this. I'll say 6.25 to 6.5 so far, something like that. So just, you know, like I said, in the realm of 6. Okay, so do check it out. Don't, you know, I know everyone is ripping on it. It's really not bad. It is okay so far, and hopefully it will just go up from there. Okay.